Hello, everybody. Manny and Kimo here.
Aloha.
We're going to talk about PAHU KANI ukulele. Um, and my good friend Kimo is here with me today to show uh, and talk about the ukuleles that I built. Kimo.
Just before doing this, we were going over the ukuleles, and I'm kind of overwhelmed, Manny, because these are just incredible instruments, and I've got so many questions, and I'll do my best to try and keep this down to about 6 days. Okay, the first thing I want to do is talk about design. Because one of the phenomenal things I see in both of these ukuleles have to do with design. First of all, on this ukulele, there's no sound hole on the top. You have these little slits, I'll call them, here, and the only puka in the ukulele is this one. On that ukulele, again, there's no puka on the top, but I see that it has a sound hole here, and is there one on the other side?
None.
Oh, okay. So, first of all, share with us your thoughts on design of your ukuleles, because these are beautiful, beautiful ukuleles, but not necessarily traditional in their looks, which I think is wonderful.
Uh, my style of building, my style of designing is one of the kind out of the box design.
Hmm.
Uh, I try to make something that people can look at and say, how you did that?
Well, that's
but
exactly what I did.
but really, the design this design here, it has a different arm bevel sort of feel, and then a side hole part here. This design was in my head for a long time, but not complete. I just knew what I wanted to do with this area of the ukulele.
Including putting the sound hole where you have it.
Yeah, put the sound. Initial idea was the sound was going to be here, but how I was going to do the arm bevel and things that evolved as I went on.
Right.
So it starts with a little idea, and then it grows as I build. Uh, yeah,
That's
so
incredible.
it's good fun. I,
Cool.
yeah.
Why did you put the sound hole on here as opposed to here, or put two sound holes?
It is just my preference.
Got it.
Yeah, the curve looks like the shape of the ukulele.
Uh huh.
The sound hole is made for the player. That's the only
Right.
guy that counts.
And I like that about
Yeah,
side port sound holes like that, is
yeah,
that share some of the sound with the player.
yeah. To me, really, the player is the only important guy
Mm.
that owns this portal. So
Yeah.
that's
Yeah. All
really the
right.
only important guy because I I tend to play. I'm a musician, self-taught, no schooling.
Right.
So I'm known as a garage player.
Yeah.
I,
Good.
I
Good for
play in a
you.
garage.
Good
Yeah,
for you.
only good for me. So
Don't change.
uh, the puka really when I build is only for me.
Got it.
Uh,
I have another comment about your design. One of the things I really love about ukuleles designed like yours are curves as opposed to straight lines, and
yeah.
especially compared to like very very acute and sharp angles,
Hmm.
which I don't like. I prefer curves. The reason why I like curves is that I like my music to come out that way too. That is smooth and
Yeah.
curvy, nice
Yeah.
smooth curves
Yeah. Mellow.
as
Yeah.
opposed to really
Yeah.
angular
Uh huh.
music. So there's something about your design that, for me anyway, seems to emphasize curves, as opposed to straight lines. Do you do that purposely?
Yes, because I too love curved lines rather than being straight. Um, I think a beautiful woman has a very nice curve. So, and I try to keep it the traditional shape of the ukulele, but more on the curvy side.
Right.
And then when you look directly from the top, it looks like the regular ukulele. But
Right.
as you turn it around, it's
Different.
something else going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you. Good for you. Tell me about your headstocks. I really enjoy and appreciate a slotted headstock because I like what I would call just the airiness of it. Do you always use headstocks or design your headstocks like these?
Yeah, in the beginning, my earlier builds used to be the solid headstock, and then the different tuners, and then uh, somewhere down the road, Sean asked me. All my ukuleles was a solid headstock, and then the slotted headstock was coming out really strong, and it was real popular.
Cool.
And then I never made one.
Yeah.
And then I remember a long time ago, Sean asked me, "Hey, how come you don't make slotted headstock?" I said, well, my initial design of the headstock, I wanted to keep.
Right.
So I just had to figure out how to input this open slots
Yeah.
into my design and not change the
Yeah.
design.
What's the what is the inspiration of this top part, design wise?
My original build, my first ukulele, number one, started off with this, and then the 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 bridge was shaped, it shaped like a wave.
Right.
That's the initial idea
Yeah, I was
was
going to
a
ask
wave.
him. I asked him if initially this was supposed to be a wave.
Yeah, it's supposed
Yes.
to be a wave. But the headstock in the beginning was this way,
Ah.
and the wave was way wider.
Ah.
So as the build went on, I wanted to thin down the head and make it a little lighter.
Yeah.
So I went the other way.
One of the things that is just unbelievably wonderful about your ukuleles um, is the composition of the woods, because nice works of art. Ukuleles are works of art because absent sound. If you just look at the way this ukulele and that one as well is composed in terms of just its looks, the overall design, it's wonderful. So, with regard to combinations of woods, what goes through your mind when as you choose the woods that you're going to use for your ukes?
Well, when I decide to build a ukulele, I go to my stash,
Mm-hmm.
look over the stash, what I got,
Uh-huh.
and then try and mimic what goes with what, the
Ah.
different woods. And then once I make my mind up, and it's gonna be that. It stays that way. So
When you buy the woods that you do you have like combinations in mind, or you just
no, no,
you
I
just
just
buy
buy it
what you
for
think
for the
was-
grain pattern. And
Right.
then, yeah.
and so the combinations come afterwards?
Yes. Comes after.
Cool. What kinds of things go through your mind in combining these, other than like looks?
Uh,
Anything have to do with sound?
no,
Ah, it's all design.
all design.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
incredible.
When I do the interior sound bracing,
Right.
I try to take into consideration because I work with a lot of modified patterns and designs of the sound braces. So I don't have one. I don't stick to one particular design.
After you make an ukulele, any ukulele, after you make it, I assume that what goes on in your mind is not, oh, this turned out pretty good, so I'm going to make another one just like it,
Yeah,
right?
no,
Do you always try and do something different with
yeah,
each
yeah.
build?
More for me, it's more of an experiment
Right.
to see what I can get out of it.
Yeah.
Um, if it really turns out magical, I try to see if I can reproduce it. But then I
Good.
move on.
Yeah, good for you. I noticed that both of these ukes have zero frets.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy zero frets?
I've started putting them on my ukuleles maybe 10 years ago.
For what reason?
The setup. Uh, it's so easy to set up
Mm.
because without the zero fret, I used to hit and miss cutting the slots for the nut.
And the
Yeah,
nut,
on the
yeah.
nut. Yeah, and then if you go too low, you gotta either fix the slot
Yeah.
or redo the nut. So this zero fret just stays that way.
Okay, so we've talked about design looks. Uh, let's talk a little bit about playability, action, because one of the things I really love about your instruments is that they're very easy to play. And the easier an instrument is to play, the better the music comes out. So, what do you do in your building process to assure that your ukes have the action that they do?
The action is a really part of the ukulele that needs to be fine tuned.
Oh,
And they have gauges that they sell that you can actually gauge the height of the string
uh-huh.
and set it there.
Do you use those or do you use your
No,
eyeballs?
I
Use your eyeballs?
yeah. I,
That is so cool.
I just do it.
Cool. Okay, so we talked about looks. We talked about playability. The next big thing with regard to ukuleles and your ukuleles is sound. But rather than talk about that, let's play.
Sure.
Okay. Let me check this tuning real quick. What are we doing first, buddy?
We're doing 2 songs.
Let's do two or three. Let's do three. Let's do three because these ukes just they sound so beautiful, Manny. And
Okay.
one of the things that I don't get to hear and do very often is to play your ukes together, like in a duet, like we can do. So let's do 2 or 3.
Okay. We'll start out with Lenani then in F.
Lay Nani?
Mm.
Yes, shoot. On a hold, you take the melody. Funny again, take the melody. I'll take the melody. Bonnie. Add another sound dimension. Sing the first verse.
Auhe avale oe ukulele nani o imai no kaua lae pili.
First verse again.
Auhe avale oe ukulele nani o imai no kaua lae pili.
Manny.
Aina ia mai ana kapuana o imai no kaua lae pili. Aina ia mai ana kapuana o imai no kaua lae pili.
Oh, Manny, these ukes are amazing.
Cool. Very
Okay,
cool.
one more song.
Uh,
Do that kawaii song.
kawaii. See?
Okay.
Bonnie.
Oh.
Manny.
Aina. Right, brother.
Aina ia mai ana kapuana uana ni ka ua i ka mali.
Aina ho.
Aina ia mai ana kapuana uana ni ka ua i ka mali. What's the third one?
How about Kealoha?
Okay, F.
F? That's so good fun.
Makuupoli mai oe, e kuuipo aloha, ke ala ona kou, no ke anu ahi ahi. Makuupoli mai oe, e kuuipo aloha, ke ala ona kou, no ke ano ahi ahi.
Manny, take the melody here, brother. Bonnie again. I'll take the melody.
Aina mai ka puana, e kuuipo aloha, e ala ona kou, no ke ano ahi ahi. Aina mai ka puana, e kuuipo aloha, ke ala ona kou, no ke ano ahi ahi.
Manny, thank you so much for your ukulele building,
Mahalo.
and especially your mana'o about not only building but playing this music as well. Thank you so much.
Mahalo. Talk story with Kimo and Manny. PAHU KANI ukulele. Aloha.